Hi Libra, the Awakened Dreamer here to give you a timeless tarot reading. Thank you so much for joining me. Do keep in mind this is general, so of course just take what resonates, but as well keep in mind whenever you are drawn or guided to this video, it's meant for you. Bear with my lack of voice as I didn't have one the other day and now it's coming back, but I did feel guided to get this done for you randomly. Don't be surprised if moving forward you feel the inclination to accomplish something or revisit something randomly. That's the vibe I'm getting about your energy and me feeling, of course, guided to do this reading. Anyways, we're going to begin. We're going to, I think, pull from 5 different decks. I feel as if you have a lot going on now, and even if you think things are going to get simplistic in certain other ways moving forward, it will feel more complex in other ways. But we'll begin by pulling from the Sacred Light Oracle deck and then see where we go with the reading. Let's do some shuffling. Very hot. Okay, you could either be dealing with very hot temperatures at this time weather-wise. It could be very hot as far as, I want to even say cooking, as they just showed me a pan. But I also feel like people are viewing you as very attractive, even if you're noticing certain flaws, as they just pushed me to notice the flaws on the table. I made them worse. That's a message in and of itself. Don't try to over-focus, over-correct certain flaws about one's looks or just a situation or your work. There's a need to accept the imperfections and recognize as part of the beauty of what is existing in that moment, or just in general. But we have Crystal Kingdom, slowing down materialism and psychic debris. I do feel as if you're very connected to the universe being drawn to this reading. Crystals will come into play in certain fascinating ways moving forward. The meaning of them, the properties of them, the discovering of them will come into play in your future. I really do feel like you're ready to give birth to something new. Okay, watch the Leo reading, although it doesn't feel the same. But I do feel like you're pushed to slow it down before things are fast-tracked towards other complications or other complexities once again. You're going to be reminded moving forward that you're meant to feel very materialistic. And that doesn't need to be a negative thing in your case. But I do feel like you've been getting the inclination recently, and will more so moving forward at certain points, to just purchase something. That's spirit helping you, whether it's something needing to be purchased while it's on sale, or something while it's available, or just needing that for your situation or something that lies ahead. I do feel as if your spirit guides are taking a true focus in a lot of ways, being pushed to look for signs. At times looking for signs or just odd spiritual moments, and then thinking, well, why did I do that? Because you're meant to, in that moment, search for it, and then in other moments be given it, okay? The faces of spirit is what I just heard, but I do feel like you may feel as if you're supervised by spirits at certain points. What else do we have for Libra? Scales of karma. All right, so the cycles of your life, are coming into play. I really do feel as if you're being pushed to recognize that it's definitely a positive thing at this point along your path to create new traditions. But I feel as if you're thinking back to past unfortunate events, endings, slip-ups, disadvantages is what I'm getting. But there's a need to keep the hope alive and recognize that you can just expect the best and manifest that all the meanwhile. I really do feel like your manifestation skills are quite heightened at this time, but you may notice that someone else is going through that as well in your midst. Independence brings comfort, but I do feel like there's certain moments of emotion that need to be noticed, but not overly focused on or dragged on, okay, or snowballed in any way, shape, or form. Past restrictions feels very much tied to this unfortunate events, okay? Unfortunate events. I do feel like, okay, I just heard lack of fortune in the past, and therefore needing to recognize that isn't your future, okay? But it also connects in a different way. Let's move on to another deck. Wow. Could be very spiritually messed with. They obviously wanted this card to be taken, and so we'll put it on the table. All right, let's shift this up to the corner because we're going to have a lot of cards to display. 501, 501, look up that angel number meaning. There's a message for you. Let's see here. We're going to then pull, okay, some tarot from the Mermaid deck. Things are not going to feel in perfect order. It may feel as if things are feeling a bit shuffled moving forward, or just a bit random once again, and this is purposeful. You're going to notice that everything's happening the way it's meant to, or just remember that, okay? Being drawn to the word priestess, okay, priestess. Very much thinking about the high priestess in the tarot deck. That vibe coming through about you specifically in the eyes of others, and even the way you're viewing yourself as you grow and change. But I do feel like you're going to notice even more so moving forward, things are falling into play. I always say play when I mean place, and that's going to happen to you where spirit pushes you to say one word when you mean the other. It has another meaning to the message, but I do feel like you're going to see seashells as messages, other messages coming through in imagery, okay? But I do feel like you're pushed to recognize in places of warm culture, interesting, you will find comfort, you will find peace and spiritual growth. I do feel like the nighttime will feel very different to you moving forward. Take a deep breath, okay? Take a deep breath. They're saying just say it. Spiritual connection, spiritual growth, once again, spiritual increase potentially. I do feel like you're made to recognize moving forward that it's okay to slow it down. It's okay to embrace the growth of something that isn't purposely quick. I feel as if something, for the business owners drawn to this reading, things that moved slowly previously are going to that's going to dissipate. It's going to just start to pick up quite quickly. You're going to start impressing people more than ever. Okay, as I'm drawing here, the scales of karma, all right? The scales of karma. But I just feel as if underneath it all, there's part of you that expects the worst. Or somebody or something keeps pushing you to expect the worst. There's a need to, or all of the above, there's a need to recognize there's a light at the end of your Libran tunnel where you finally open oneself up to or enter into a brand new world, it feels like. I think your dreams are going to be quite odd. Odd is the word that's coming to mind. Let's just leave it at that. Everything's happening the way it's meant to. Magical is now coming through. We also have the King of Pentacles. What card did I just put back? Oh, the Knight. Moving on, as we do have the King of Pentacles, because we need you to embrace this way of being, male or female. You're going to feel as if you have been made to, or pushed to embrace your feminine side so often recently that you are now purposely needing to step into your masculine side. It is now time to embrace that part of you, as that's going to benefit you greatly at this time. Doesn't mean your feminine side won't come to be occasionally, but I also feel you're very royal-esque, very royalistic. I feel as if there's a way about you that just shines for people to see. Galaxies of spiritual information. Wow. I do feel as if you're going to recognize that it's definitely purposeful and beneficial to invest in certain jewelry, moving forward. All right, and as well, going back, they're drawing me to the crystal once again. Meditation needs to be implemented more so into your routine, as that's going to help you stay balanced, level-minded, and just help you start again when need be, in that simplicity, right, in that kind of moment. The wording's not going to always be perfect. Who cares? I do feel as if you convey your message quite strongly either way. Let's move on to the next tarot deck. Okay, nope, the light's here, just bear with me. The Eight of Swords, there's a focus on where you're feeling restricted and will let you be free towards the new. Okay, towards the exciting, but also the relaxing all the meanwhile. Apply that to your situation because it definitely should resonate. Key wording is now what I'm getting. All right, what else do we have for Libra? We have justice. There you are, or there we are. I'm a Leo, Libra, Libra. It's why I feel so connected to you. You're going to feel as if Spirit highlights the people you're meant to feel most connected to, okay? In moments where you're pushed to slow it down, you recognize your justice is just around the corner. Haven't you got a taste of it recently? If not, you will more so moving forward, or just in general. I do feel like you're a bit defensive at times. Aren't people pushing your buttons, or just looking to bring out that defensive side, or see you succeed but then fail? I feel as if you've been around certain people recently, or in general, who like to bring people down in certain moments to lift oneself up. It reminds you why you don't do that. It reminds you why you surround oneself with the quality people that you need to and are guided to. I just feel as if you're going to get justice for certain past connections that treated you poorly or did you dirty. All right, I'm getting a neglected vibe, okay? Or a sneaky vibe in one way, shape, or form. I do feel as if you need to recognize, I put this here for a reason, period. Selective but strategic, accurate wording. Okay. The Justice card talking about the scales of karma, and also talking about in the moments when you slow it down, and you even, at times you're going to get justice in certain ways that don't completely match up. Say somebody treated you poorly and therefore now you're getting materialistic, or okay, travel justice, love it. There's trips ahead for you. If you heard the plane in the background, or just money coming in, manifested, flowing in. It's time for Libra to do extra well and say sayonara to a lack of comfort and stressing over money, or just needing to double check or think several times or twice about whether you can purchase something. You deserve it, okay? But also be realistic as to how much you truly need as far as items go, whether that means cleaning up the clutter at times or just not being excessive. I just feel as if traveling lightly as far as moving residence, or even traveling for vacations or and whatnot, it all, that's going to benefit you, okay? Think light. And I feel as if you're going to move forward, or even recently, or recently will experience or have experienced, bear with me, a bit of lighter way about you, okay? And then moments when things feel heavy again, what and who is around you is affecting that. You need to notice that, okay? It's not your, at times it is your emotions, but it could be someone else's actions, or just the energy in the air. This is why things need to change, okay? This is why things need to change. Bear with me as I get very, very passionate. But we have the Five of Cups again. 5, 5, we're adding another 5. So that's talking about change. It's talking about expecting things to switch up. But I feel as if the past is altering your confidence to an extent, a very slight extent. Even your spiritual connection is making you doubt it to what lies ahead. But I do feel as if you feel more hopeful than you would expect at times. Vibe with that, okay? Go with it. I do feel as if you're being noticed, okay, for your independence, for your creations, for even the difficulties you've been through. Why is that being highlighted, right? Even the negatives, but I just feel as if you're a realistic example of how to make it moving forward, about how not to give up. I do feel as if your ships are coming in, my friend. And I even feel like another form of transportation, if we're going to go more literal, for you to just sail towards or fly towards new endeavors, more excitement, more comfort for oneself. The fire will be lit within you if it hasn't felt like it recently. The sassiness will be quite present. And I feel as if you need to recognize that you need to get your voice out there more so. A situation that you've been wrapped up in, whether it had its positives and or negatives, I just feel as if it helps you crack out of your Libran shell a little bit more, and that is amazing. That is so powerful and reminds you why every single situation you end up wrapped up with, for the good and for the bad, leads you towards more growth, okay? More development within oneself. Even if some wounds sting along the way, right? Life will inflict them, but you heal quite easily. Remember that, okay? You get back up when life kicks you down. I feel the need to remind you of that. March to the beat of your own drum and do it so damn well. Do it confidently, okay? We'll put these over here, actually. Interesting. Okay, we're going to move on to some... Which one is it? Pure Magic Oracle. I feel so comfortable with you is now what they're telling me to say. It's true. But I do feel like you're going through a balancing act that you're meant to handle, okay? Getting ready for a new investment in one way, shape, or form, even if you're just investing your time and energy, all right? Plant your feet on the ground, as I feel like you do feel so elevated, so guided at times, even a little bit curled up and anxious in moments where it reminds you that part of you is going to dissipate. Not the elevated part or the angelic part, but the overly anxious part at moments, all right? But if you're very empathic, remember, it's probably not yours, or fully. What do we have for Libra to continue? For Libra, I want to pull this one right from the middle. Okay, not everything has to be the same. And we're going with this one. Okay, Ocean's Mule. Water's wisdom. I'm going to feel very connected to water. Remember that helps you cleanse your energy as well. Intuition, Hermit's Light, discovery. A lot of beautiful, bright discoveries, even dark discoveries within your hermit mode. Okay, your alone time, your independence. You're going to see that you are just one person not to be messed with. Spirit has your back. I know that they mess with you at times, but Spirit has your back, okay? We'll put this one under here. Okay, the number 34 come into play, as I just hint, was pushed to hide that under there. But I do feel as if there's a lot of wisdom, once again, that you're being pushed to express. Thinking about your security, or lack thereof, which, the number 3, Libra, the number 3, okay, and 20, 203. But the number 3 individually talks about spirituality, the success. That is what you embody energy-wise moving forward, even if you feel like you haven't in the past. I'm being drawn to the eyes here, okay? Okay, your eyelashes are beautiful. Bear with my lack of voice, wow. What else do we have for Libra? Mugwort, dreams. Okay, your dreams coming into play. I feel like you're going to be coming off a bit mysterious, connected to the moon to the furthest extent. Images coming into play. Rhythm, higher self, reality, rest. Make sure you rest. The moon will remind you of that, okay? But feeling as if you just, for whatever reason, are feeling like a newfound version of oneself, but it just feels right. It feels right. The name Barbara coming into play, obviously not for everybody. It's so random, but it is coming into play. Anyways, magical release, calling, intention, stronghold, raising winds. Okay, this is coming through as the winds of change. Who sees the bag of money? All right, you're meant to be very financially stable and rewarded in the midst of certain changes that are flowing through the wind. I do feel like, okay, the number 9, okay, the 9 of Cups. I usually think 9 of Wands when they add up the numbers to 9, but they're saying 9 of Cups, a wish fulfillment that will lead to other wish fulfillments, all right? You are going to see yourself rising to the top in certain unexpected ways, but think about it. You're very intuitive. You knew you were meant to achieve a lot in this lifetime, right? And I just feel as if you're meant to remind people through your actions, your work, okay, your job, that your heart is pure, your heart is growing by the day, and you're just going to feel very vulnerable at certain moments, and that's going to inspire people to do the same for them. But I feel like there's a change up in your home life as well, and friendship takes a true focus, all right? Let them go physically in order to embrace new friendships, new experiences. You'll stay connected to those who you're meant to. That came up in Leo's as well. But I do feel like little visions are leading to big adventures, okay? Let's finish this up with some small making magic. For Libra, triple moon, embracing all aspects of yourself, the divine and the earthly. Absolutely. What else do we have for Libra? Okay, your fire placement's coming into play, but I feel like this is the passion. Look at the Knight of Wands. I do feel like things won't always feel even, perfect, but they'll feel passionate. Things will feel on fire, okay? Look at the explanation. The element of fire heralds new life, renewed passion and positive transformation. I just heard you've been through a lot, and it's time for you to gain your justice once again, and this newfound passion for what you're meant to achieve in this lifetime. Travel lies ahead, okay? Abracadabra with wings. Chuckle, laugh it off when you stumble, when you stutter a little bit. You're still very likable, all right, and knowledgeable all the meanwhile. Fantastic good fortune and lucky chances right over here. Boom, Libra. You have a lot of great things to look forward to. Just take a deep breath when things feel a bit overwhelming at times, or just very, very different, okay? They said you've got it going on. So I hope this was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Sending you so much love and light, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Libra.